This is the redesigned 2024 GMC Acadia AT4. And boy, did she get big. Don't say it to your wife. I borrowed this AT4 from Jerry Seiner, Buick GMC here in South Jordan, Utah. Unfortunately, this one is sold, but be sure to ask for Frank in case it does become available. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see some of the specs on this one. At the very top is a description and colors. And then here is a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause it. Base price is $50,000 even, and here are all the options on this one. Super Cruise was $34.90, and here's everything that's in there. Panoramic sunroof with the sunshade for $1,500. Luxury package for $1,150, gives you a lot of nice features. White frost was $1,095, and they do take off the heated wiper part. Destination comes in at $1,395 with a total price of $58,530, and here are the Philly Commie numbers. If you haven't had a chance to see the Acadia in person, this thing's a lot bigger. It's 10.6 inches longer and it's 3.2 inches taller. Now the AT4 is going to give you a more rugged off-road suspension and tires, 18-inch wheels, which is an upgrade from the 17s from last year's model. And the off-road suspension should soften the ride. Now, as I said, this one is sold, so once they get one in for stock, I will drive it in the future. Now, on the front end, full LED headlights, high and low beam, turn signals, accent lights, and fog lights. And notice your parking sensors are even off on the side, so if you pull into a garage, this makes it a little bit easier to protect the side. And then check out your grille. You have that black and you have a gray accent right here. Forward camera, and you guys can see down below two more of that gloss black. Active grille shutters, and they do give you a skid plate down below. This is good for those who always hit the curb, right? Helps protect it a little bit better. And then let's just check out the suspension really quickly. So here's your shocks and coils, and you just have that lower control arm there. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it has an aluminum steer knuckle. And then they give you that fabric material in the wheel well. Now let's check out the wheels and tires. As I mentioned, 18-inch wheels for 2024. Decent design, has that machine face. Goodyear Wrangler Territory AT tires. And then here's the tire size. 265, 65, 18. 2,601 pounds of capacity per tire, 4-piston brakes. And then check out your fender flares. They're finished in plastic, and you have those side markers right there. Black mirror caps. They also have the turn signal and a camera. And then check out down below here on the side skirt. It does have a plastic trimming there, and that's good for if you do go through the car wash, because this is all painted like on the higher trim levels. It just starts to look grimy over time. And then you can see those badges right there. And then here's a good side view of the Acadia. Back to the mirrors, you guys can see they're heated and they have the blind spot monitoring. And then check out the windows. You have that black trimming, no chrome really, and smart key system on the front and rear doors. They are painted as well. And this is where you're going to fill up at. And then more parking sensors on the side. And then here's the rear. Independent rear suspension. Love the quad exhaust that they give you as well. More black trimming there. And that gloss black down below with some of that plastic. You cannot pop that rear glass. I would have liked to seen that. And then your rear camera does have a sprayer if it gets dirty. And then you have your lights. If you push there, you have that power lift gate. Now this has, I believe, 80% more cargo space. So look at how big the space is behind the third row seat. This is pretty much the same as the regular Yukon. And it doesn't stop there. They give you this deep storage below the floor. Also, you have your tie downs and a 12-volt plug. Now these seats are manual, which I was kind of shocked by. So you just pull this and they just kind of drop down. 60/40, which is nice. So you have 3 across. So this is a 7-passenger SUV. On the back of the liftgate, you guys can see there's a light there, and there are some speakers on the rear pillars. And if you want to drop down the gate, you can just push the button there. Now I believe that these have that function. If you're standing back here, it will open it if you have the key in your pockets as well. And then check out your taillight design too. I was shocked to see that this was the only engine option available, especially in the Acadia, which is a more premium SUV over the Chevy Traverse. But nope, the Acadia and the Traverse have this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine standard. There is no upgrades. With that being said, 328 horsepower is pretty decent. That comes on around 5,500 RPMs, and 326 pound-feet of torque, which comes on around 3,500 RPMs. 8-speed transmission and aluminum construction for the engine, and it's only direct injection, which was a shocker. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. For the AT4 Acadia, you do have this forest storm and mahogany accented interior, and it looks good. I have to give it to GMC. They've done a great job with their interior, especially the accent. So you can see this is a green color here, and most of this is going to be black, but red stitching and that mahogany is right there. And here are your controls. No power folding mirrors, no seat memories for a nearly $60,000 SUV, which I'm shocked by. Down below you guys can see you have that release for that rear hatch, Bose sound system, and this is going to be a 12-way seat, including the lumbar, because it goes up and down. You don't have a power steering column, but again, this is not the Denali. Electronic parking brakes right here, drive modes, twin clutch all-wheel drive system, and this is how you turn it on. So technically it stays in 2-wheel drive, and if you need that all-wheel drive, it will come on with a flip of a button. Auto stop start, and you can dim down your screen. So that's an 11-inch screen, and I believe that's a 15-inch screen right there. Chevy's is a little bit bigger. I was shocked by that. Now getting in is pretty easy. They don't give you a grab handle here, but it doesn't sit that much higher than the regular Denali does. And I love the overall interior. You can see it has that black headliner, which goes really well with this green accented seats. There is a little bit of fabric material right there, but for the most part, perforated leather in the centers. And let's go ahead and start it up. So you do have push button start right there. And I'm sure you guys noticed you didn't see a lot of controls for like your lighting and stuff like that. They do now put the lighting inside the screen. So if you push here, you'll see it pop up on that quick menu, or if you push this button, you can see here most of your controls that you will see on the outside of the screen are now inside of here. Front and center is the heads-up display, and if you would like to control that in that same screen that I just showed you guys, so if you push this button here and you push heads-up display, you can either turn off the heads-up display or you turn it on, and you can adjust the brightness, the height, and you can rotate it if you would like as well. And here's some of your other controls. So you have your dome lights, you can do your power window lockout. Here are your cameras. So they have a lot of different camera views, 360 right there. And if you want to disable that and have a wider screen, you have this one. That's the front. This is the rear. And then this is just a top camera view. Or if you're going into a parking space, you can see where that line is a little bit better. Or if you're towing a trailer, you have that one as well. And one thing I like about this layout is you still have all your controls for your climate, and that just makes it a lot easier to learn overall, and you don't have to go scrummaging through the screen to find some of the systems that you would like to see. Now your ventilated seats come on automatically with the temperature. That is a setting that you can set up here, and your heated seats are right there, or you can just turn it off completely. You have dual climate control, and your rear is right there. So if you push that button, you can see you have it synced together with everything else, and you can lock it too if you don't want them to change anything. Up front is there, rear is here. So you still have the climate controls here, but you can also do it down below if you have, let's just say, the home screen up like this. Now, vehicle status is something nice for the men. I like the gauges, I like to see these things, so if you do plan on going off-road or something like that, it's just nice to monitor these features here. And your trip information is in this screen, and you can actually flip it over to this screen if you like. I do like what they've been doing here. This button will allow you to basically control the screen. By the way, I didn't point out, but you have a heated steering wheel button right there. But let's go through the menu. So the first one is this one. Shows you the date, time, temperature. I love that. Then you have this for the navigation. Also, this is for your adaptive cruise control, and it shows you a few other things like your RPMs. Next one is the same screen you guys just saw, and it kind of goes back through everything here. If you were to click the all-wheel drive button right there, you guys see right there it's in two-wheel drive. And all you have to do is just click the button, and now it's in all-wheel drive. And your driving modes are going to come over on this screen here. So you have sport. Actually, it starts off with normal. You have sport, off-road, terrain, tow haul is now in here, and then back to normal. I would like to see an eco mode because that might be nice for these turbocharged engines. You have the paddle shifters too, so if you want to manually shift, you can do that. And also, you guys can see you now have this guy for your gear selector. So if you pull it towards you, that puts it in neutral, right? But if you pull it towards you, push down, that's drive. If you pull it towards you, push up, that is reverse. And if you just want to go in park, that's it. It's really simple, and I like it, and it does clean up down below here because you can see you have that wireless charger, you have two USBs, type C, type A, and here are your cup holders. And then check out the detail here too, really nice stuff. Center armrest is right here, has a little bit of perforated leather in the center with that mahogany stitching, and this tray is removable, and it is illuminated inside of there. There's no power plugs from what I can see. However, they do give you some storage down below. I have to show this to you. I don't remember seeing a 12-volt plug on the Chevys, but down below you guys can see a little bit of storage, and there's a 12-volt plug down there too. But all in all, I do like what they've done with the interior. They've done a great job. 4K cameras right there. You guys see your caution lights, LED lights, and you guys notice that this had the optional sunroof, twin panel moonroof. Ten-way seat, including the lumbar, goes up and down on this side too. Here's that kick plate, and you can see that storage a little bit better. And I didn't mention earlier, but soft touch on the dash here. You can see those speakers too. And I didn't mention you do have your sunglass holder up top. But yeah, I do like the overall design on this one. And then out back, no curtains for that second row, which I like to see. But the seats are manual, as you would expect. And if you want to move the seat like this, you do have that option. And you guys can see they give you type C USBs on both sides, just one. A little bit of storage. And down below, single climate control. You have those outboard heated seats, two type C USBs, and 120 volt plug. Yeah, they did a good job. Seat back pockets on both sides, and you have the grab handles in the rear too. Air vents on the roof with those lights, LED. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door. So here are all the numbers, your axle ratings. You guys can see the gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 6,394 pounds. The wheels are 18 by 8 wide, and then here is the payload, 1,502 pounds. I'm planning on doing a video on an elevation in Denali, and if I have a chance I will do some comparisons, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure your bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.